welcome to another of my video. In this video I'll show you how I made this princess boho dress for my daughter. She's 2 years old, but as you can see from the picture, the dress is quite big for her, but that's all good. I used the size 3 to 4 years old measurement. I did that because I don't want to wake up the next day and the dress is tight for her. So in this video we're going to achieve 3 things. We're going to learn how to draft the block pattern, then design the block pattern to get our dress designed, then the sewing. So don't forget to like and share. Most importantly, subscribe and turn on your post notifications. So let's get right into the video. These are the measurements that I use. You can either use the chest or the waist depending on the fullest part of the body. So you use the fullest parts of her body. Now we're going to start with our vertical measurement. Her neck length is 2/1/8. Her armhole depth is 5/1/4. While her back waist length is 9.5 inches. You square across those points. Our next step is to get the neck. The neck is 2/1/8 inches. You connect the points, then you create a guideline for the curve. Go up 1 inch. At the side, both sides, you go 1/2 inch and connect the points with a curve, just like so. Our next step is to mark out our shoulder. The shoulder is 3 inches. So you do that on both lines and you connect the points. We'll go down 3/8 inch for the slant. Remember, I didn't add an additional measurement for the slant because of it's a sleeveless, so I don't want it to start showing too much of her arm. So now we will mark the quarter of her chest, and you also do that on the back width length. So you get the midpoint of the armhole depth and you create your armhole curve, just like so. Cut your front pattern out and trace to get the back feathers. So you go up at the armhole, you go up 1/2 inch and you connect that. You create your curve for the neck. I've already done that. Put a link in the description box below on how you can draft your basic vertex block. It's that easy and it's the same thing. So now we're going to create our main design for our boho princess dress. So you get a pattern paper and you fold that pattern paper just like so, and you trace your front basic vertex block just like so. Once you're done, you cut that out and you spread the pattern paper open so we can mark out and design our dress, our kids dress, you know. Okay, so here we go. So right now we're gonna get the midpoint of the shoulder. I haven't yet decided on which shoulder, either the right or the left, I'll be using. So I just marked up both. So you mark out your midpoint, depending on which side you'll be using. Then you go down 1.5 inches. It doesn't matter anyway, the part of the shoulder you'll be using. So I decided to use the left side, which is the right side facing me. So at the midpoint you go at the both side 1/4 inch. Then the down part you go 1.5 inch, 2 inches, depending on how you want the wrap. So over the wrap should be, yeah, I think it's the wrap. The right word is the wrap. So now you connect that point to the armhole depth. So I place the paper because connecting that point means I have to go out of the pattern. So I place the paper to cover that part. Then you connect the point. Then the other point you connect down to the pattern, just like so. Just do the same thing and you connect that point. So here we go. You cut out your pattern and you use that pattern to create the other side of the wrap by turning it over and creating it just like so, and you cut that out. So this is it here. This is how it's going to be wrapped together using that 1 inch mark. Label your pattern. So for the back, you just go all the way down from the armhole. That is it. Just go all the way down from the armhole depth. Just go all the way down. Yeah, I didn't really straight line as usual. So you just make sure you really straight line, like so. So the other side is the zip allowance, and the back, because we'll be using a zip. Ensure that you get your strap measurements from the back pattern and the front pattern before discarding the pattern that you're not making use of, like I did here. So for the back, I think I removed 1.5 inch. Okay, right, for the skirt, I used half of the chest measurements to get my skirt. So you mark that up and down. I don't want too much gathering, so that's why I used half. I could use the whole full body just to get more gathering. So I did an A shape just to get like a flare on the bottom side of the dress. So you can go as wide as you can. So you cut that out. Just make sure you cut this in fold. It has to be cut in fold. So you label your pattern. So these are the fabrics I used. I love the white. It's so light. So no matter the gathering, it won't weigh on the child. Why for these two? Yeah, I'm not decided on which one to use, but you know what I ended up with. So here I go cutting out my pattern. So you cut out your pattern in fold. Like I said, for the skirt, you cut 2 of that one in fold. For the front, you just cut it like that, leaving your sewing allowance. So this is not actually the length. The skirt pattern was not actually the length of the dress. That's the waist of the dress. Oh gosh. Anyway, here we go. So I cut out that part using the appropriate length and leaving my allowance. So why for the back, you're still going to use that skirt pattern for the back. For the back, I left a sewing allowance. Yeah, you can see that I left sewing allowance. So here I go cutting that out using the appropriate length. Now for this one, you cut 2 of this, the wrap. You're gonna cut it in fold. That's for the facing and for the normal part. And this is me cutting my strap. I think I cut bigger than the strap I needed. I just need 1/2 inch, so but I'm still gonna sew it to that 1/2 inch. So I think that is all. Well, keep watching. Might not be all. Okay, yeah, for the back too, you cut that out. So this is it. This is our pattern. This is your pattern. Here we're starting with the back. So we're gonna do like gathering here just to make it the same as the back the top back. So yeah, I ran a bassin stitch on, I think it's called bassin stitch, on the top of the skirt, the back skirt. So I did it gathering so to be in line with the top of the back, just like so. Yeah, so look at it. The end, that's the zip allowance. You don't really need a gathering there. Just make it straight and you pin so you can sew. You do the same for the other side. So this is what you end up with after sewing both sides. So there is, you know, you try and sew on the bassin stitch. So I did lint, so I'm gonna pick out that thread. I don't want to see it thread, even though it's white and it blends well with the fabric, but I still don't like to see that thread. Also, don't be like me. when you sew, you iron. It makes it look professional. But I do that after sewing. Still, it still makes it look professional. So while you sew, you also iron immediately to reduce the stress. And I feel it's kind of stressful for me while sewing and ironing. So here we go. So this is it, clear and simple. So now we're going to add our invisible zipper. The invisible zipper I bought is really long, so I'm going to be cutting that in half. I just need half of it, so I'm going to be cutting that in half and also stitch. So here we go. I'm not using an invisible zip, an invisible footer. So I will show you how I get my invisible zip ready when I'm not using an invisible zipper. So I just pin them to the zip allowance and hand stitch close, very very close to the teeth of the zip, very close. Oh man, this it didn't. Okay, yeah, see, actually focused. So I hand stitch close to the teeth. This is what I do when I'm not using an invisible zipper. So I feel it's not, sometimes you don't even have to use an invisible zipper to get that invisible zip look on a dress. So, and it came up pretty well, as you can see in the first video. Okay, what am I saying? So this is it. Yep, very close. So here I'm going to show you how I prep for my invisible zip, to add my invisible zip. I think I struggled with zipper. I struggled with using zipper on the clothes, so I just go for buttons until I got the technique of using zipper on clothes, and it was quite easy. So I had to watch like a lot of tutorials on how to insert an invisible zip, any zip, but now I've gotten the hang of it. So you just flip, just do the same thing. If you want to just watch the video over and over again, and you do that and you flip it over, yeah, just like so, and you just do that. And you, to make it easier for you, you can hand stitch it so it will not move out of place while sewing. So here I am going to sew my, I have already done that, oops, sorry. So I saw something on TikTok on how to flip the strap. So I followed that method and it worked. It really worked. Instead of using a needle and passing it all the way, you can use a hairpin. You just cut close to the edge there, just a little hole, and you insert your pin and try to stuff everything inside. Yeah, try to stuff it in there. You can, yeah, you can use scissors to help you with that, and you pass it all the way. It really worked wonders, and I think I'll be using this method. I'll use both methods. I don't think it will work for the tiny strap. So the tiny strap, you just use a needle and a thread. I'm going to put a link in the description box on a tutorial I did on a dress, a party dress. So you just follow that method. You watch the tutorial, you see where I flipped a strap using a needle and a thread. So you just follow that method. So here we go. Don't forget to iron your strap. I'll do mine later, as usual. So now we're gonna sew our strap together with the facing. So you just in the middle, like facing the right side facing each other, you just place your strap where the strap is supposed to be, and you place that just like so. You do the same for the other side. You saw where the pins are. This is the result you get when you sew and you flip over. So now we are going to gather the front skirt by running a basting stitch and also gathering to the size of the front, the top. So this is me trying to like align them together and sew. So you pin and you pin them together, leaving your sewing allowance and also the 1.5 space you left at the bottom for the wrap. So here I go trying to attach them together and sew them. So you do the same thing for yours. So this is the finished look. Now we have to get our back piece and put the facing. We're going to sew the facing of the back piece. Reason why is to insert our strap. So you leave space at the center of the center top, just like I did here. You just leave a space to pass your strap. So you sew that. Okay, now we're going to pass our strap. We're going to align it, make sure it's in the right position. So I pinned the edge, the side edge of the dress, just to align my strap, to make sure my strap falls in the right place at the back of the dress. So you measure your strap, because my strap is longer than the required strap. So, and I marked that point so I don't exceed that point. Don't exceed that mark there. So you try as much as possible to insert that right into the space you left and drag until you get to the mark that you have inserted. You do same for both sides. So I have done that and I have sewed mine. So all you need to do is just to cut out the excess. Now we're done sewing, you just cut out the excess strap. I also forgot to sew on the edges to make it not to budge out to the other side like this, even for the wrap. So I had to do that now. So ensure that you do that before joining your pieces together. It's easier when you do that before joining your pieces. So now the facing for the back facing, you use the back facing to cover the zipper. there are two methods doing this. You can either hand stitch. If it's personal and you think hand stitching is faster, you can hand stitch. Like me, I just hand stitch mine because I feel it's faster, so I don't have to pin and all that. So you can hand stitch, or you can other method. My daughter is here again trying to distract me. So you can pin that, you can flip that over and you pin that, and you sew close to the teeth, the zip teeth. So I've done mine, which is hand stitching. That is easier for me, and this is a personal dress. I'm not selling it. So the next step is to sew the sides using your sewing allowance, and also hem the bottom. So this is it. Don't forget to iron your dress. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, subscribe and also turn on your post notification for more sewing